housing and using it in other ways.
Everybody.
Yeah, a lot of our people aren't really close to infrastructure that would be necessary for wide-scale housing developments, and selling public
There we
lands to
go.
generate income and revenue is just...
All right, we are live. Welcome to episode 3. So we're just sort of waiting for other people to join in. If you are new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. Obviously, hit the like button if you do. That way, it'll get out to a little bit more people. What we're doing here is we're just sort of sharing our stories on slots. We're sharing our stories on Vegas and pretty much anything else you want to talk about. As always, this is an open platform. So if you don't subscribe to me, you don't have to. But please feel free to share your channel's descriptions in here, even if you watch this later. So hopefully as other people watch this live stream, they may feel inclined to also check out your channel. So let's get started. I thought I would start with a couple of minutes of some updates. First big update is obviously F1 is about to end, or it already has. So 2 places are now open again. The Stage Door Casino has finished their updates, so you can now go in there and enjoy the very cheap beer. They also updated the inside. It looks really, really nice from the videos that I've seen. And right next door, Batista's Hole in the Wall is now officially open. So it's a great spot. If you are staying in Paris Horseshoe area, Cromwell, it's around the back there. It's really, really good. The food is enormous. You can eat pretty cheap. I think it's around $42 a person. That includes a side, salad, wine, everything. And the plates are like this big. They're huge. So it's a great place, and now it's finally back open. Let's see here. Also, the new update, Four Queens has just finished their final renovations. They started that back in late 2024, early 2025. I think they put like $24, $25, $26 million into it. So they've upgraded everything. Soundproofing is better. So if you are familiar with staying on Fremont Street, Four Queens, the D, Golden Nugget, etc., you do know there are certain rooms where you stay at and it is just loud. So they said that they did add some sound dampening in there. So there should be some rooms to where it'll be tolerable, especially if you're a little older than I am, like I am. The last big update is there has been some backlash on blackjack for everyone went to 5 to 6 odds. Now, Palms offers it 3 to 2. And I believe they also have a game that is $1. It's packed, but they do have one for it. But now Paris has joined in, and while it's not $1, I believe they're $10 tables, but they are back to 3 to 2 blackjack. So if you're a blackjack player, you like Paris, I love Paris, you can now get back to the better odds. So hopefully more and more casinos are going to go this way. It's my hope. I would like to see Caesar's Palace do it. I don't think they will yet, but I'd like Caesar's Palace to go that as well. I think if they go, then the dominoes will really start falling, and everyone else will go back to 3 to 2 odds across the strip. So those are sort of the small little updates I have for this week. I always try to open the channel with a couple of new updates just so that if you are traveling there, you'll kind of maybe get an update on something that you've wanted to do or something you've wanted to see or something new to check out. So I urge you guys to check those places out. Paris is always a lot of fun. I do like staying there. The casino floor is quite lively. It's really good, open, not too smoky, even though pretty much everyone smokes there. Including myself. So please feel free to check that out. Nope. Take the cap off. So as far as my trips back there, so the next live stream that I hopefully will do will be Saturday. I was going to do it Friday. However, I do believe my work is actually open on Friday for Black Friday. So I will probably have to go in. So my hope is if the weather holds out, it's supposed to be around 37 in Ohio and supposed to be either rain or snow. Hopefully it's not too bad, because if you do start getting north into the Canton, Akron, and Cleveland area, the snow can be a bit of a headache. So if it's not too bad, I am going to head up there and probably do a live stream. I'm thinking somewhere around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., just sort of depending, from the Jack Casino there in Thistledown, just because it's only about a 2-hour and 10-minute drive from my house. So it's not too bad. Now, Northrum is also open there as well. That's the MGM one. However, they have sold it. It is going to another property. I don't think it's going to switch until the end of the year or till the beginning of the year, so I may pop in there as well. But I did like the Jack Casino. It was huge. It was open. They have a ton of selections. I'm a smoker, so the 2 smoking rooms they do have there are enormous. One of them is actually 2 stories. So there is about maybe 100, 120 machines to pick from. So it's not like some of the other ones you go to in the smoking section is a row of, typically it's a row of your Keno / poker, and then a few dragon links, a few lightning links, a couple fire, and then fire links, and then just some random games that are either really, really old or they never took off anywhere, so they stick them in there. And you're very, very limited. But luckily at the Jack Casino, they actually have a lot of really good selections there. They got some Buffalo Trio, Buffalo Chief. They have piggy banking. They've got a bunch of different games there. So my goal is to be there. Now, the Wi-Fi is not great, so I may do most of the live stream out on the main floor. I would like to try some newer games that are coming out. I do have a video coming up shortly where I did find at El Dorado Casino the new piggy banking game. It's the one with 3 pigs. So they got, if you pop the green pig, you get a repeat. So whatever you win on the green, or I'm sorry, green is an instant win. So if you get green, it pops automatically. You get the win, but then it reverts back to a pig to grow. The blue is a repeat. And then the red, I'm not quite sure what that does. I think the red expands everything for 2. I'm not sure. But so I want to try and find that again. That was actually kind of a fun game. They have a couple of new Buffalo games that just came out. They do have the new Huff and Puff that's got the 3 different bonuses. So it kind of combines all of the newer Huff and Puffs into one, with the buzzsaw that moves up and down, the jackhammer that raises the screen level, and a blue time one, which actually, when you hit it, it adds an extra spin. But they all 3 of them actually count as a hat too. So if you get 2 of those in one of the bonus symbols, you get whatever the bonus symbol does, plus it counts as a hat for a re-trigger. So that's one I'll probably want to play a little bit more. They did have the new over at El Dorado. I haven't seen it. They do have the new Huff and Puff. We've had enough. Which is sort of like the Huff and Puff. However, it's got, I'm trying to think of the game. It's sort of like the Firelink, or Cash Falls, I think is what it is, where it restarts. So you have a certain amount of spins where it sticks there. So it kind of does like a little mini. If you get them all on one, it starts like a mini game, and then you can kind of add as you go. I haven't played it yet, but that's what I saw. But I didn't really. I was just going in for this past, just yesterday, I went in there for free play just to try and build up my my bankroll for this coming weekend. So I didn't really have much. I only had about $60 on me. I had a 20 on me plus the 40 in free play. So I really didn't have much to do because I was trying to stay away from gambling this weekend. But I thought I'd go in there, try and build my bankroll. So that's the only one I really had. But hopefully we get some more people showing up soon. I know it's a Sunday. So also leave in the comments if you'd like me to move this to another night that maybe works better for everybody. Please let me know. Obviously, I'd like to be live with more than just myself or a couple other people. So if it works out, great. I'm very open to moving nights if that's more convenient to the masses. So that's kind of all the updates, what's going on, what I'm going to be doing. As far as my Vegas trips, the only one that's kind of set in stone is my September trip, September 2026. That's when I usually go for 4 or 5 days. That's where I do the vast majority of my vlogs as well as my videos from there. So I'll be waiting to see Most likely will be staying at the Caesars properties again. I actually did enjoy the Flamingo quite a bit. I might stay there again, or Paris, but I would like to maybe stay at Cromwell, especially by then they might be fully done revamping the Cromwell into what's going to be called the Vanderpump Hotel. Lisa Vanderpump took that over and is doing a complete upgrade from the casino floor. I think Giada's is going to be gone, and they're going to have a new restaurant in there. And then they're also redesigning all of the hotel rooms too. So it is a smaller boutique hotel, so it should be getting done a little bit quicker because I think it only has, 6, 7 floors. So I think it only has under 300 rooms. Maybe wrong on that. But it definitely doesn't have the thousands upon thousands like the others ones do. So it should be done pretty quick. Oh, let's see. People popping in.
A reminder how he was just 9 years old. First soccer game. First Tennessee game. That was a milestone. Yeah. This is the first time
There we go.
I love that picture. I do wonder sometimes, like, what will we do with this room eventually? All these physical things are tangible ways of reminding me, like, she was real, she was here, she lived with us.
Yeah.
In some ways, this room kind of holds the space for her.
Yeah.
So,
It still is.
yeah.
Howie was killed along with two
Well,
classmates, Evelyn Dickhouse and William Kinney.
maybe tonight was a bad night.
School in Nashville in 2023. What has grief been like for you? Felt like everything.
Okay, well, let me take the time to sort of explain who I am and why I started this channel. So I began this about 7-8 months ago. Just as sort of my friends always mention that I'm always sending them clips of my play and stuff. So that's sort of how it was born. I thought that was a good idea to sort of start putting it online because I typically play a little bit more of a low roller, usually somewhere between 75 cents and $1.25, just because I'm the kind of person that really likes going to the casino at least 2 or 3 times a week. So, or 2 or 3 times a month. So I want to sort of highlight the games that I like to play, also show that you can go with a relatively small budget compared to other people and still have a lot of fun. I've met some really great people in the process, which is amazing. Some of the channels out there, Jackpot Annie, Effing Up Slots, Casino Jackpot. Beach Bum is going to be hopefully here next week. She's out at the casino, so everybody wish her luck. But I've met some really, really great channels in the process. I thought I knew a whole lot, but some other channels have sort of taught me some other stuff. So it's really helped me grow as far as a player as well. And I'm hoping to maybe bring a little bit of education from what I've learned in the past, as well as what I'm continuing to learn, as well as sort of the games that I play. And hopefully you guys see some of the lower rolling games and realize that you can go in and have fun on a very small bet. Because again, you don't really have to bet big in order to win big. Some of my biggest wins have been on just a very, very small bet. So just keep in mind and remember when they do make those games, you walk up and they do the whole demo mode and you can see all these giant hits and everything. Please keep in mind that by law, the game manufacturers in the casino have to make sure that whatever is winnable, it's winnable at any bet level. The only caveat to that is going to be if it specifically dictates on the bet panel or on when you're pressing the buttons, which bets make you eligible for a progressive. Typically, you'll see that on something like Frankenstein's a good example of that. Some of the newer quick hits are a really good example where you'll see your bet levels $1, $2, $3, then like $5, $6, and it'll sort of show you. Excuse me, sort of show you at the very end of that. They're highlighted in some way, and it says this makes you eligible for progressive. So you can still bet $1 and still win a $13,000 grand on Dragon or Lightning Link. I've seen it happen, it's completely possible. I think the highest bet I won, or highest bet I've seen win, not me, I've seen win was someone who won a $13,000 grand, and they're playing piggy banking, and I think it was pretty sure it's like a 60-cent bet. It was a minimum bet. So I mean, it happens. It's extremely rare, but you do not have to bet big in order to win big. So hopefully that's sort of what I'm trying to derive on this channel is, that's what we're doing it for. Well, I think I'm probably going to call it. Unfortunately, no one really joined in today. So today probably was just a bad day. Obviously, it's coming up to Thanksgiving. So there's a lot of travel going on. There's a lot of other things going on for people getting ready. So I'll go ahead and probably stick around probably just another 2 or 3 minutes just in case someone does pop in. But if not, anyone who does watch this later, please have fun at the casino. Enjoy your family time. Have a great Thanksgiving. And hopefully on the next live, I should be in Cleveland and hopefully be a lot more exciting than looking at this mug for 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes. But I do also urge you guys as well is if you are looking for some really, really great content, there are some amazing channels out there. Casino Jackpot 777 Avi. This had some amazing lives and some amazing play. F&Up Up Slots. I just watched a couple of their videos. They also have this amazing daily slot thought of the day, and it's just, I mean, it's all stuff we fought, but it's the way they put it in their little daily saying. It's just fucking hilarious. Jackpot Annie, she mainly posts over on TikTok, same exact name. You should check her out. She has some really, really good content as well. Goes a little bit more in depth on some other stuff that I've sort of touched on. So I apologize, Annie. I'm not trying to piggyback off your videos, but they are amazing. So those are people you should check out. And the Beach Bum Slots as well has a great following over on TikTok. She just relaunched her YouTube channel. She had a hell of a run. She's one of the ones that actually won a grand just a couple of weeks ago. So that's another person that I think she's only betting $250, something like that. So that's another example of someone to watch that you can still win these huge amounts of money without betting $15, $20 a bet. So hopefully everybody has a great week. It's a short week, thank God. Hopefully I'll see more of you guys on here on the next live. Until then, everyone have a great Thanksgiving, a great holiday. Be safe out there. And if you are going to the casino tonight or later this week or going into the weekend, just remember to put those things in place. Gamble only with what you can lose. So that means if you were to just if it falls out of your pocket, oh well, sucks, but you'll be able to make your payments and everything. I would suggest a gambling box if you have one that you can sort of leave the key at home, stuff your winnings in it, so that way if you sort of get on a roll and you want to play more, it'll stop you from that. If you do that, it's a really great way to have some fun and be able to come home with some money. Those bankrolls. Always, always, always leave your debit card at home. Do not take that to the casino. It's not worth it. ATM fees alone. I mean, touching on that, the Venetian now has a $45 ATM fee. $45. So, yeah, I mean, why would you want to waste $45 to pull out money you're probably going to lose anyway? So just, be safe about it. Have fun. Be a little more educated with what you're doing with your money. You'd be amazed what you can actually accomplish when you're playing like that. Something I like to do at the casino with my friends is you all get around a machine. Everyone puts in, or you put in 20, they put in 20, and you just pick a bank of machines and you just sort of play against each other. It's sort of like what me and Avi did with the $100 challenge on 2 machines we did, just in a slower denom, and whoever wins, they collect all the tickets. So it's a fun way to kill some time. It's a way to turn that into you're either cheering for everybody or maybe you're jeering at each other and just, busting their chops a little bit. And so it can be fun. All right. Well, I'm going to probably call it there. It's been about 20 minutes. I apologize for everyone who watches this later. Usually last week we had a pretty good live. We had about 5-6 people jumping in, so it was pretty good. Next week I promise it should be a little bit better. Again, this is only my third one, so I am still learning as well. So don't hold that against the channel. But if anything you do take away from this, please make sure you check out some of those other channels as well. Another one that I do like as well is Majestic Slots. He also does quite a bit of some of the newer games, and I like his personality. So he usually does bet a little bit more towards my end of the spectrum as well. So that's why maybe I gravitate to some of his videos as well. But those are just a couple to sort of look at and watch. So, all right, people. Well, please feel free, if you do catch us later, feel free to drop in your channel information so others, if they do come across us, can do that. I'll have an update later this week on where I'm going to be going live from. Hopefully it will be at a casino on Saturday. And everyone else have a good night. Bye.
She loved doing s'mores and things like that.
It could not be a more beautiful spot.
Yeah.
So peaceful, which is what we were looking for.